Well, I knew about the Gaius Acutus when I was a little kid because it was a matter that was always discussed by the family. And the story was told, that my grandfather had killed it and it was in the Sherwood Museum. And his name was Israel Ammon Hutchins. The creature was around there. Several people in the area had seen it. I think it had attacked some cattle. It had a unique call, I guess you would call it. They knew it wasn't a wolf. They knew it wasn't a coyote. It didn't sound like a lion. It was a screech on its own. It was pretty spooky sort of a sound. The hindquarters looks more like a hyena. The head is more a hyena. And the hair is quite coarse. It's not like wolf hair. No, I don't think it's a species by itself. I think maybe it may be a hybrid, or it may be just a mutation. DNA test would answer a lot of questions, and it should be done. It needed to be eliminated in order to protect the family, and the first time he shot at it, he shot a little high, and he killed his milk cow on the other side of the brush that he hadn't seen. They had small children. It was a pretty big deal to be out of a milk cow. They also had chickens they were trying to protect, but they weren't nearly as important as the cow. I imagine they ate the cow after it was killed, but shortly thereafter, early in the morning, they heard it out there, and he opened the door just a crack and got a good shot at it and brought the thing down. Sherwood probably heard about it and came over. And they made the deal. He brought him a milk cow, and he can have this thing to mount. Sherwood mounted it and did a good job. And that way it left for posterity to see. The museum itself was in an old building, and the Sherwood family had grown old and gone on to more generations that had no interest in it and were not living in the area. So it was all closed down and ultimately disappeared somewhere. There was an article in the Bozeman Chronicle, a Halloween edition more or less, that brought it up and had a picture of it and discussed the fact that it was at where it was. So I made a phone call and got a hold of the curator, actually, I guess he was, and he said, yes, they had it down there. And he said that, I don't know when we can bring it up there. And I said, can I come and get it? He said, come ahead. So we drove down the next day, and they went in, got it out of a storage shed, and brought it out, and yep, that was it. It was just exactly in the case, in the shape that I'd remembered it.